Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kermit's Ghost. It is a beautiful, hot, sunny, bright day. It's like 26 degrees. Don't know what that is in old money. It's like 70 something. Begs the question, why am I here? Anyway, H's. Let's get through them as quick as possible. Did a count up. There's just over 200, so we will crack on. Hatchie, Dog's Tale. Anybody ever owned a dog? This will break your heart. This is just a sad story. I'm not going to give anything away. Might not be what you think, but watch it. It's a really, really good movie with Joan Allen and Richard Gere. Hackers. This came out recently. I did import the German release. Gave it to Dennis over on the Blue Corner. He's a YouTuber. Go and check him out. And but he already had it, so he gave it away. He passed it on, which is cool. There it is. Hackers. Kind of dated, but it's really enjoyable. Angelina Jolie, I think it's one of her earliest roles, and Johnny Lee Miller from Elementary is in that. Hacked, not a bad movie. This was an import. Pierce Brosnan. Where did I import this from? Germany. Hacksaw Ridge, very good war film about a guy who refuses to fight, but he's in the army. He's forced into the army, obviously, and he just refuses to pick up a weapon, but what he does is beyond brave. Hail Caesar. I was a little bit disappointed with this film, despite the cast. The cast is amazing. You've got Josh Brolin, George Clooney, Ralph Fiennes, Jonah Hill, Scarlett Johansson. It's a host of people in that. Could have been better, I thought. Hairspray, John Travolta. Oh, what is this called? I keep forgetting what this is called. Half-Light. Demi Moore, ghost story with a lighthouse. I like lighthouse stories, and I like ghost stories. It's not that scary, but it's a good one. Demi Moore's the only person I recognise in this film. Good film, quite atmospheric. Halloween. Only recently watched it. At least I think I have only recently watched it. I don't remember watching it like years ago. I do remember seeing the third one. So maybe I have, but I loved it. I watched this with fresh eyes last Halloween. Yeah, pretty sure it was last Halloween. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Very good. And people told me forget the second one right through and just go for this one, which I did, and really good film. However, spoiler, put your fingers in your ears. The twist I didn't like with the Doctor. I thought it was a bit silly. Yeah, that's what stuck with me. Why do they print things like that on there? I'd rather that just be black. Very good film. Very good. I enjoyed that. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Hall Pass. This is a great film. It's about a guy who gets a hall pass to go and get his end away, if you like, over the weekend. He's given like a free pass, and he takes the offer up, and the funny bit of this is Steve Merchant at the end in the credits, because he's running a scenario in his head. If he had the same opportunity, what would he do? And it's just the scenario he plays out is very, very funny. Sorry about that. My dogs needed to go out. It's very hot in here because I've shut the windows because someone's mowing their lawn. Anyway, Hampstead Park. This didn't get released in the UK. This is a German import. Brendan Gleeson and Diane Keaton. Hancock, everybody's seen it. It's a really good take on a superhero movie. A superhero is a bit of a drunk. Hand That Rocks a Cradle. This is one of those thrillery type things from the 90s. Very 90s style film. In the long lines of Fatal Attraction, that sort of thing. That was an American import. Hang 'em High, Clint Eastwood. The Hangover. Really enjoyed the first one. Hangover Part 2, not as good as the first one, still enjoyable. Third one, not too bad at all. John Goodman's in this one, not too bad. It's quite a good trilogy. Hangman, I quite like this film. Al Pacino, Carl Urban, Brittany Snow. I can't remember who Brittany Snow was. Guy who's killing people, leaving like, the Hangman game. Even like the circle on the legs and all that sort of thing going. Hannah. Didn't think much of this movie, although I did buy it. Thought I'd give it another go. It's got Eric Bana in it, Cate Blanchett, and Saoirse Ronan. Is that her name? Saoirse Ronan? It's a TV show now. I don't think any of the original cast are in the TV show. Hannibal. Now, is this the one where he makes Ray Liotta eat his brain? I can't remember. Good films though, all of them. The one with, I think that's the one with Gary Oldman in. Could be. I could be wrong. Hannibal Rising. This is sort of the prequel to all the Silence of the Lambs sort of things, telling you how Hannibal Lecter became Hannibal Lecter. Again, what's with the printed on thing? Like it should be a sticker. Hanover Street, yes, good film. This is an Australian import. This is Christopher Plummer, Harrison Ford, and is it Leslie Ann Down? Yeah, Leslie Ann Down. Leslie Ann Down and Harrison Ford spark up a romance. She's married. He then gets sent on a mission to airdrop a soldier behind enemy lines, and they get shot down. And you can guess who the soldier he has to drop in behind enemy lines is. Husband. Hansel and Gretel, saw this at the cinema. Good 3D. Enjoyable. Very enjoyable. The Happening. I don't know why people hate this film. I really enjoy this film. It's a bit strange. It's quirky. I think people expected too much from M. Night Shyamalan when he had those hits behind him. And I enjoyed it. It's unique. Happy End. Now, this is a French film about a dysfunctional French family. I bought this because Toby Jones on the cover and he's credited at the top there. And I thought he'd be in it more, but he's only in it for like 10 minutes. So don't buy this if you're a Toby Jones fan. But it's good. If you like French films, you'd probably like that. Happy Gilmore. Early Adam Sandler. Happy Prince. This is discovery of Oscar Wilde. Hard Candy, and I was thinking the other day, Ellen Page ain't been in a lot, but I recently watched a couple of films and she was in both of them. Patrick Wilson's in this as well. He's a suspected paedophile. She tries to trap him. It's a German import. I don't think that's got a UK release yet. Hard Rain. This is one of the first Blu-rays I picked up. Was it one of the first DVDs I picked up? I can never remember. Morgan Freeman's the baddie. It's a heist movie set in a town that's been evacuated because it's flooding. Hard Way. Michael J. Fox and James Woods. James Woods is like a hard-nosed hard-nosed cop, and Michael J. Fox is an actor, and he wants to sort of do a ride along, but he wants to do more than that. He wants to sort of shadow the James Wood character for like weeks because he's rehearsing for a role. He wants to get the insight of a detective. Steven Seagal, Hard to Kill. I need to remake another cover for that. Hardy Bucks movie. Harry and the Hendersons, story of Bigfoot with Jonathan Lithgow, the guy in the new Pet Sematary film. Harry Brown. This is a very good film. I'd recommend anybody watching this one. It's Sir Michael Caine, God bless you, sir. He's like an ex-military. He's an ex-soldier, not like a high rank or anything, and he's living on an estate, very down, sort of a hardboiled estate full of gangs and whatnot, some prostitutes, and a couple of his old colleagues are on there as well, and one of them gets bullied to the point where he's killed. So Michael Caine decides to push back, and he does. Very good, quite violent. Now we've got the Harry Potter films. We've got the Philosopher's Stone. This is the Sorcerer's Stone in the US. And we have the Chamber of Secrets. I'd say that's my favourite, but I kind of like them all. I do like them all. Prisoner of Azkaban. It's a really good book. I've read the books as well. And this one is the best book, in my opinion. Goblet of Fire. I love these covers. I don't know if you can see it, because it's really bright outside, hence the sunglasses. My eye doctor told me I've got to wear sunglasses when it's sunny. Indoors and outdoors. Order of the Phoenix. This is probably my favourite. Order of the Phoenix. You got Slughorn in that, played by Jim Broadbent. The Half-Blood Prince. No, that's the Half-Blood Prince. That's the one with Slughorn. That's the favourite. Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Deathly Hallows Part 2. I do have the slippies for them somewhere or another in a box. That's what they look like, all lined up. I like that when they got them all lined up and they look the same on the spine. So that's what you want. That's what collectors want. Hearts War. Yeah, Bruce Willis, Colin Farrell. It's okay. Not too bad. Harvey. I thought, is this... oh, it's Universal. I thought it was going to be Warner because I thought HMV would probably put this out. But it's the Warner Brothers one. James Stewart. Hateful Eight. Need to get a red case for that. Hatton Garden Job. There's a couple of films on the same subject matter. You've got this one, King of Thieves. There's also a mini-series coming out now with Timothy Spall. This is a good... Well, they're both good versions. They're both very good versions. It's a really good story. And it's based on a true story. The Hatton Garden heist that happened in London a couple of years ago, where they stole all the contents of the lock boxes, and people still haven't come forward claiming some of their stuff. Must be dodgy stuff inside. Haunted Mansion. Eddie Murphy. Haunter with Abigail Breslin. This girl is a really good actress, Abigail Breslin. Check her resume. Haunting. This is the part of the HMV Premium Collection. This is number 45 from 1963. I will show them off in one go. Haunting in Connecticut. You'll probably find quite a few ghost stories in my collection. Haywire. Now this has got a really good cast. Just see if I can see. Gina Carano. She's like a cage fighter or something like that. She's like a professional fighter. Michael Fassbender, Ewan McGregor, Bill Paxton, Channing Tatum, Antonio Banderas, Michael Douglas. Great cast. It's kind of like a spy movie. Lots of action, lots of chases. It's kind of underrated. Heart and Souls. This is a American import, and it's Robert Downey Jr. and he's sort of not haunted as such. He has these like guides. There's 4 people that are killed in a bus crash. One of them is Charles Groening, and they sort of look out for him, protect him, and sort of give him advice and stuff. Anyway, as he gets through adolescence, he kind of dismisses them and they disappear, and they have to come back because he's going through a time when they're needed. Heartbreak Kid, great comedy. Ben Stiller, his dad's in this as well, Jerry Stiller. What's her name? I forget. Maylene Ackerman, the blonde girl. The story is Ben Stiller's character. He wants to get married and settle down and whatnot, and he sort of gets his girlfriend and proposes to her, kind of like on a whim. They get married. He realizes that she's an absolute nightmare, and he ends up falling in love with another girl, Michelle Monaghan. Very good comedy. Ooh, next one up is Hell or High Water. Quite a slow burn, but it's good. You've got Jeff Bridges, who's brilliant. He in this role, sheriff, sort of authority figure. And you got Chris Pine. Is it me or Chris Pine's head really big for his body? I don't know. Ben Foster's in that as well. Hello Dolly. This is Barbra Streisand. I do like the odd musical. Hell Comes to Frogtown. There's quite. You got a musical there, and you've got Hell Comes to Frogtown. Quite a variety of films. Hellboy, Ron Perlman. I saw the latest Hellboy, and the more I think about the one that was recently at the cinema, the more I'm liking it. And when I watched it, I came home and I watched this one straight after, and they're both very, very good. The new Hellboy is more violent, more gore, shows you a lot more, but the practical effects in the new Hellboy film are really good. The CGI I thought was a bit ropey. This, phenomenal. Ron Perlman. And when he's got he jumps down on a coffin and brings out the skeleton and he brings it back to life and he's got him on his back. It's great scenes. Hellboy 2, Golden Army. And in a new Hellboy, getting back, it's got the practical effects are very similar to sort of Guillermo del Toro's sort of style as well. Got to chuck that in. Heist. The Heist. I think you've got Christopher Walken, William H. Macy, and Marcy Gay Harden. I think, is this one when they're doing the art house, what did you say? Museum heist. I'm pretty sure it's that one. They all sort of roll into one. Happiness. Oh, Hector and the Pursuit and the Search of Happiness. So I've got my sunglasses on, not my actual glasses. Yes, it's Rosamund Pike and Simon Pegg. Heavyweights, Ben Stiller. Heavenly Creatures, it's a Peter Jackson film. This is quite dear. This was second hand and it still costs like 12 quid. I don't know if it's out of print. I'm not sure. There's Kate Winslet. Heavenly Creatures. Heathers. It's a Winona Ryder film. Heat, Sandra Bullock. Now she gets on a lot of people's nerves and a lot of people love her. I'm in the camp, really like everything that she does. Recently saw that, what's that film she did? Life of the Party? Somewhere. Life of the Party. But this is a good film with Sandra Bullock as well. Heat, this is when Al Pacino and Robert De Niro came together. I think it's the first time they were face to face on screen, and it's a good film. There's some really good elements in this. Beautifully shot. The color tinting they use on it is really nice, and the shootout with Val Kilmer is brilliant. But it's quite dull in places. Heartbreak Ridge, Clint Eastwood, great Clint Eastwood film. He plays like a drill instructor in that. Hellraiser, Pinhead. Is that Doug Bradley? Oh, I can't see. Got a lot of extras. I think I did a trade with Steve Casher One. Go and check him out. I'll mention him in a minute because I've got some films from him. Was it this one or House that I sent him? I can't remember if I sent him 234 this or House 234. I can't recall. The Help. Great movie. Yeah, saw this at the cinema a couple of times. Emma Stone knocked it out of the park, that one. Great film. Henry's Crime. I've not seen this one. Keanu Reeves. Need to see that. Her. And they've done this story in The Big Bang Theory as well, where somebody falls in love with their phone and, becomes obsessed. Joaquin Phoenix, the new Joker. Steve, Cashier One, I'm going to mention you again. We did a trade. Probably not Hellraiser, probably something different. Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. He sent me these because these are part of the Disney Movie Club exclusives that you have to be living in America to join the movie club, and then you can order these. And they're all region free, so I don't know what the deal is. Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. And then The Love Bug. I know people say, it's probably out of order. Love Bug. Herbie Rides Again. And Herbie Goes Bananas. Great films. These should be available to everybody. Shame on you, Disney. Hercules. This is number 35 of the Disney classics. Hercules in 3D with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Good film, I thought. Can't remember if the 3D was good though. Hereafter. This is Clint Eastwood directed film. Matt Damon, who can speak to the dead. I thoroughly enjoyed this film. However, the two young British actors in here cannot act for toffee. They should never have been cast. They are awful. God awful. Here comes The Boom, Kevin James. This is an enjoyable film, and it's got Henry Winkler in this, the Fonz, if you remember him as the Fonz. Hereditary. Getting a lot of glare on the lens. I don't know if you're seeing these alright. He's Just Not Into You. Hidalgo, Viggo Mortensen. That was an import from America, I think. Hidden Figures. This is a story of the women behind the NASA launch of the rocket to the moon. And they did all the calculations and stuff, and they were treated appallingly. They had to go separate toilets to the other side of campus, and they just weren't recognised until recently, which is ridiculous. Great women. did a fantastic job, and the acting in this is superb. And you've got Kevin Costner as, I think he's like head of staff, and he's not racist at all. He sort of, because you had like toilets were for coloured and for whites, and he sort of tore down the sign. He said, you know, they can use the toilets, and he gave him recognition. I think Jim Parsons is in that film as well. It's a very, very good film, based on a true story, obviously. Hide and Seek. This was difficult to find second hand, and I've not seen this for years. Robert De Niro and Dakota Fanning. Is that Dakota or Ellie? Yeah, Dakota Fanning. High Crimes. Good film. Ashley Judd. And another film of hers that should be released is Double Jeopardy. So if anybody's watching that's got any power, make it so. Yeah, Morgan Freeman as a drunk solicitor, lawyer, whatever you want to call him, protecting Ashley Judd's husband, played by Jim Caviezel, and a couple of twists in there. High Fidelity. I think this is out now in the UK. Highlander. There can be only one. If anybody been watching the Goldbergs, the guy who's the guy, Clancy Brown. He was in Shawshank Redemption. He plays, what's his name in this? Kurgan, yeah. One of the Highlanders, I guess you'd call them, the Immortals, and he's now in the Goldbergs, and they start up a Highlander club in the Goldbergs, the kids. And he's like the head of them, and he's like, there can only be one Highlander club, and it's just brilliant. Nice cameo. High Plains Drifter, Clint Eastwood. High Rise in a lovely black case. High Road to China. This was Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck at the time, he was offered the role of Indiana Jones. Everybody knows this now. And he had scheduling problems because he was filming Magnum P.I. back in the, whenever it was, the 80s, early 80s, late 70s. And because he couldn't do the Indiana Jones films, he kind of did his own one. And this is it, High Road to China. It's obviously not as good as the Indiana Jones films, but it's an enjoyable film. Hills of Eyes. History of Violence. Good film, that one. Viggo Mortensen again. Hit and Run. Right, I'm going to pause it there and get another pile of movies. Okay, here we go. Hitch. Now this is Will Smith and Kevin James, and it's a story of Will Smith. He is like a doctor love guru sort of thing. So if you have problems getting dates or getting a relationship going, he will help you out. Yet he's not so good at it himself. Hitchcock. This is a story of Alfred Hitchcock and his wife Alma during and leading up to them taking on the project of the film Psycho, and the shooting, all the problems they had on screen and off screen. Hitcher. This is the Sean Bean version. I like this one. This is an Australian import. It's been out for a couple of years now. If you're after the Rutger Hauer version, that should be out either now or in a few weeks through Germany. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with what's his name, Martin Freeman from lots of things. Martin Freeman, yeah, good film. I never saw a TV show, so I don't know if it sort of did the TV show any justice. And a similar thing with this, Hitman. I've never played the game, so I don't play computer games at all. Yeah, I enjoyed that, but I think if you come into it with a history from the games, you probably didn't enjoy it. And then you've got a kind of a reboot going on, Hitman 47. Not as good as the other one, but it's enjoyable enough. Hitman's Bodyguard. I've said before, I'm getting a little bit fed up with Ryan Reynolds. He always seems to be the same person in every film. Samuel Jackson's in this, Gary Oldman, Salma Hayek. It's a good action film though. It is good. Now, these are Lord of the Rings, Hobbit. Let me get these as one. I've got a box these go in, but it's been put away. It's a whole set, and it's the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, like I just said. But I'm not going to split them up because they're all together. So I was either going to put them in the L's or put them in the H's. But as the Hobbit was technically like the first of the series, it's under the H's. It's the Hobbit and Unexpected Journey. Now these are absolutely beautiful sets. They're the extended versions, and I chucked in on the Hobbit because it didn't come with it. I bought some extra cases that could hold more discs, and I put in the 3D extended versions as well. So the amount of times I bought the Hobbit films, I bought the regular, the extended 3D, just loads of box sets. I've got loads of them downstairs. So that's number 1, the Unexpected Journey. Number 2, the Hobbit, the Desolation of Smaug. There's, and all the covers are sort of very similar but slightly different colours. And again, this has got the 3D version in it. And the 3D, I recommend watching this in 3D because the 3D is beautiful. And the extended, you need to see the extended as well because there's quite a few characters that you don't see their demise, but you do in the extended ones. And then you got the Battle of the Five Armies. That's got the 3D as well, and you don't need to see that as well. And then the Fellowship of the Ring. And did I put extras in this or this? No, you get like what do you get? 6 discs with this as well. All the extras and the extended versions. Just amazing presentation. The Two Towers. I recently read The Hobbit as well, and I can see why people got annoyed with The Hobbit because, like Legolas, he's not even in the Hobbit films, in the Hobbit books, rather, but he's in the films. But Tolkien, he rewrote the book like I think like 14 times, maybe more than 14 times. So the original to the most recent, while he was alive, it's been chopped and changed. So he would have probably wrote Legolas in at one point, if you go on that logic. Return of the King. Great movies, great set, beautiful. Hocus Pocus. Got a crack on. Hobson's Choice, Charles Laughton. Charles Laughton, John Mills. Great film. Hoffer. I've yet to see this one. The story of Hoffer by Jack Nicholson. The Hole in 3D. Holes. Steve. Cashier One. Did it again. Another import from the Disney Movie Club in America. Sigourney Weaver, Shia LaBeouf. I think it was Shia LaBeouf's first film. Pretty sure it was. Holiday. This is a great romantic film set around Christmas. People do house swapping and romance. Not do romance swapping, but they do house swapping and romance ensues. Is this loose? I thought it was loose then. Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire, Holiday Inn. Classic. Hollow Man. This is a really good movie, and the effects really do stand up, I think. I watched this maybe a couple of months ago and I thought they were really good. Bit cringy with the rape scene, but what is that? Probably an 18 because of the rape scene. Hollywoodland. This is the biopic of George Reeves, who played the original Superman on TV. Kind of a cursed role, it was considered, because of Christopher Reeves fell off the horse, and whoever did the TV show after, was it Dan Kane? Something like that. His career went down the tubes. And it's brilliantly played by Ben Affleck, George Reeves, the original Superman. Excellent film. Give that a go. Hollywoodland. Hologram for a King. It's quite a slow film, but it's good. It's well worth sticking with. Tom Hanks. I think you could buy this now from Poundland, or at least pick it up quite cheap anyway. Home. This is a good film. It's a story of a character called O. He's called O because whenever he walks in the room, everybody goes, "Oh!" It's like, he's one of those characters. Gets on your nerves. Voiced by Jim Parsons. About an alien. It's an alien invasion. Okay, next pile. Home Again. Don't think I've seen this one. I saw clips of it the other day and I thought, I must get that, and I'd already got it, so I need to get on and watch it. Home Alone, probably one of the best. Well, it is one of the best Christmas films, and home invasion film too. Very good. Great characters in that. Love that film. It's a must-watch every Christmas. Home Alone 2. A lot of people prefer this. I don't prefer the original. Still a good film. With the wet bandits, they're sticky bandits in that one, aren't they? Homefront. Yeah, to me, this is Jason Statham's best film. James Franco is in this, and I don't particularly like him, but he's good in this one. The character is Jason Statham. He is an undercover cop. Yeah, he does. He was undercover in like some biker gang or something. Anyway, the case ended, and he decides he just wants to get away, live with his daughter out in the middle of nowhere, and his daughter defends herself at school against like this local bully, and it happens to be James Franco's nephew, so he gets involved. He's a local crook, but he doesn't realise who he's taking on. Good film, very good. Home of the Brave. Homesman. Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, that's it. Home of the Brave. Oh no, it's not. It's Home of the Brave. That's one just now. Home on the Range. This is number 44. The Disney classics. Another couple from Steve, Cashier One. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Great movie. Rick Moranis. Very of its time again. Just love it. Just a really good film. And the sequel. No. This is the original. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. This was the sequel. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Not as good as the first one, but both good. And then you got the third one, which I said was crap, but someone pulled me up on it. I went and watched it again, and actually it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I remembered. Yeah, that's those two. Thank you, Steve. Hook. We all know Hook. It's a great film. Hooper. If you don't know this, Burt Reynolds plays a stuntman. They're filming a film where they got the ultimate stunt of like jumping across a gorge in like a rocket powered car. It's just a really good fun film. Again, of its time. Hoosiers. Gene Hackman. Hop. Probably one of the only, let's say not the only Easter films around. You've got the biblical ones, but not many. There's not many Easter orientated films. Hope Springs. Probably people type. Yes, there are. There's this. There's that. There's the other. Don't have to, honestly. Horrible Bosses. A good comedy, kind of like a sex comedy. And Horrible Bosses 2. Yeah, more of the same. Horse Whisperer. Is this Warner Brothers? I can't see. Can't see the logo. Probably not. Touchstone, so no. So it's not going to make its way to the HMV premium line. But Robert Redford, what an actor! What an actor! Horseman, Dennis Quaid's in that. Horns. He has horns, and if he wants you to tell the truth, he'll just sort of put his horn on you, and then you have to tell the truth to him. Red Case, Daniel Radcliffe. Let me pause that and go and get some more. Okay, here we go. On the last leg now, probably about another 50 films. Horton Hears a Who. Steve Carell, Jim Carrey in that one. The Host. This is an odd one where it's an alien invasion again, but they sort of attach themselves to your brain stem and they sort of talk to you, and they're really annoying. The Host, kind of like a Pacific Rim kind of thing with big monsters. That's a Korean film. Hostage, a good Bruce Willis film. Very, very good. I say that like it's a rarity. Hostel, yeah. My wife, the last time she bought this, the last time she bought me a film, it was on VHS. So she never buys me films, and for some reason she wanted this one. Not the sort of film I would watch, but she does like her gore. So that's Hostel. Hostels. This is a very good Western, in my opinion. You've got Christian Bale, and he has to transport an Indian chief safely, and he's not really known for his niceness. Christian Bale in this. Very good. Hotel Artemis. Watched this a couple of days ago. Kind of like a John Wick type hospital. Only it's really sort of down. Not like the John Wick hotel. But it's a hospital for criminals. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's owned by Jeff Goldblum and his son, who's the Spock. What's his name? Zachary Quinton. And they're a pair of nasty pieces of work. But it's run by Jodie Foster, who's agoraphobic, and she's looking really old as well. And David Barista, is that his name? From Guardians of the Galaxy. He's like a security bodyguard kind of thing. It's a good film, and it's all going on. It's all set in one night while there's a riot going on, and she's treating people that have just committed a heist and coincidentally stolen off the big boss. Hotel for Dogs. Hotel Transylvania. The Dracula is voiced by Adam Sandler. Big cast in that, voice cast. And then you got the sequel. I do have the first one in 2D, but the second one in 3D, so I need to get the first one in 3D. I don't think the third one that's just come out, I say just, it's been out for a month or so now, or 2 months. I don't think they got a 3D release. Hot Fuzz. So many quotes in this film. So many quotes for the greater good. Great big bushy beard. It's just so many. It's a brilliant part of the Cornetto trilogy. I like, in case anybody's wondering, World's End, this one, and then Shaun of the Dead. And that's not to say Shaun of the Dead is rubbish, because they are all brilliant. Hot Pursuit. Fun film, that is. Hot Rod. This is a really weird one. Ian McShane's in this, who incidentally does the John Hurt role in Hellboy. Cool Beans. That's where that comes from. If I put Cool Beans in anybody's message, that's where it comes from. Cool Beans. Hot Tub Time Machine. I love this film. It's Rob Corddry. He makes that film what it is. Very, very funny. I've not seen the sequel yet. I've had this since it came out, maybe like 2-3 years. I kind of put off watching it because I really like the first one, and everybody says that is a pile of crap. Hound of the Baskervilles, Rathbone, isn't it? It's that's not Peter Cushing. It's Arthur Conan Doyle film, books. Sherlock Holmes. That's what I was trying to think of. The Hours. This is set during like a typhoon, or like one of these weather things that come in, hurricane. His wife has just given birth, and like the hospital's being abandoned, evacuated, and there's not much power left. His child's in incubator. There's lots going on. It's a good film. Paul Walker. House. This is the set I sent Steve. House. Good film. I haven't got the second, third, or fourth. I only really like the first one. The House. The House. I thought that had a different title then. Will Ferrell. House Bunny. I think this was Emma Stone's, one of her first films as well. It's a funny film. And Anna Faris. She's so cute. House of Wax in 3D. This is number 44 from 1953 of the Premium Collection. House on Haunted Hill. Jeffrey Rush. This is a fun one. Yeah, it's just a fun horror film. And I bought the second one thinking it was the first one. I bought this one. It's Return of the House on Haunted Hill. I've not seen the second one. I bought this thinking it was the first one, and then realised it wasn't. So then I had to go and hunt down the first one again. House Sitter. You got Goldie Hawn, who plays. This is an Australian release, by the way. Who plays? She's the funny one in this one, and Steve Martin plays it straight. She's just a born liar. He calls her the Bishop of Bullshit, and she kind of just sort of edges her way into his life. It's a fun film. House with a Clock on Its Walls. This is I saw this a couple of days ago. This is really good. It's a fun one, and it's kind of. I don't recommend this for young kids. It's got 12 on there, but it's kind of creepy in places that I would have thought for kids. Cate Blanchett. Cate Blanchett in this. Ooh. I like Jack Black. I think he's a good actor. Well, he's got on-screen presence. Howard's End. Yeah, that's a classic there. That's Anthony Hopkins. Howard's End. Howard the Duck. I import this from Australia. Yeah. And that's getting a release over here soon as well, in the next couple of days. How do you know? How do you know, indeed? How I Live Now. Yeah, I saw the trailers of this, bought it, and I've not seen it, but it looked really good, so I need to get on to watch that. This one, How I Spent My Summer Vacation. This is a fun one. Mel Gibson. I think this is called Get the Gringo in America. Why do they keep changing titles? It's like the Harry Potter one, the Philosopher's Stone, the Sorcerer's. It's called the Sorcerer's Stone in America. Why do they do that? I hate that when they change titles. Howl. The Howling. That's a good werewolf film. Howl's Moving Castle is part of the Studio Ghibli. This is number 7. Ghibli. What do you say? I'm going to call it Ghibli, just to be awkward. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Hated this when this first came out. Now I watch it every year. It's a very, very good film. How to Be Single. Rebel Wilson. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days in this lovely pink case. This is back when Matthew McConaughey did rom-coms and only rom-coms. Kate Hudson. This is a Australian import. Don't know if you can get this yet in this country. How to Lose Friends and Alienate People. This is Simon Pegg, based on an actual person. I'm pretty sure his name was Toby. I can't think of what his surname was now, so forget that. How to Talk to Girls at Parties. That's a recent pickup. How to Train Your Dragon in 3D. The 3D is brilliant in this. The colours are so vibrant. The story is really good. The animation is top notch. It's one of the best animated films. And you think quite often the sequel, they sort of just drop the ball a little bit, but no, they up their game, and this is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And 3D is amazing as well. Third one I saw at the cinema with my daughter, and great. It's just a fantastic trilogy. It's a must-have trilogy. Hudson Hawk. Yeah. I do have this as a German release as well somewhere floating around. Finally got a UK release. Really underrated film. It was hated. I remember it being hated when it first came out at cinemas. I loved it. I saw it about 6 times at the cinema, at least 6 times. Great film. I love it. Bruce Willis singing while he was robbing people. Hugo. If you don't know, this is a story really of like filmmaking. It's what's his name? Is it Méliès, the French, one of the early French. We did The Earth to the Moon with the rocket goes into the moon's eye. Everybody's seen the iconic pictures. Kind of like the making of this. It's about his life as well. So watch this. It's very underrated. And oddly enough, I think that is a Scorsese film. I'm pretty sure it is. Hulk, the Eric Bana one. One we'd rather forget, but you gotta have it. You gotta have it. Human Centipede. I bought this one. I've seen this and didn't think anything of it really. I didn't think it was that bad. My wife hates this film. If I want to make her feel sick, I just mention the title. She cringes, and she is a real horror nut. And the gorier the better. But for some reason, this gets her. And I put it in a nice green case to make you feel sick. Humanity Bureau with Nicolas Cage. That's quite a recent one. 2. Hummingbird, more Statham. I've seen every Statham film. Love him. Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Charles Laughton version. Maureen O'Hara. Hearts go out to everybody in France, or everybody across the world that saw Notre Dame burn. Thankfully, a lot of it is saved. In fact, it was on the news yesterday that they fell in a lot of oak trees in the UK. And they're going to be donated, sent over like 200-300-year-old oaks, and they're going to rebuild it. And they reckon within 5 years they've got 700 million at this point donated, so it shouldn't be too long before it's up. And you've got to save history, people. You won't learn unless you learn about the past. Can't go forward. 1939, number 76 in the HMV Premium Collection. And then Disney's one, great film. Number 34, Tom Hulce, I think, did the voice of the Hunchback in this. Esmeralda, played by Demi Moore. Beautiful Demi Moore. Okay, let's pause it there. And we are back. The 100-Year Journey. This is the last leg of the films. Thank goodness you're saying. The Hunger. This is number 16 from 1983. Dave Bowie, Susan Sarandon. I say it's number 63. Oh, all that. It's a HMV Premium. The Hunger Games. And I pop these in red cases because I'm like that. The Hunger Games. Not bad movies. Catching Fire. The third one is probably the least enjoyable because you're just waiting for the conclusion. Mockingjay Part 1. And then the conclusion Part 2. For some reason they put it in 3D. The Hunt for Red October. Great movie. This needs to be in a red case as well, or black case. Great film. And it's the start of... it's Alec Baldwin as... I can't think of his name. Who's he playing? I can't think of his name. Jack Ryan. That's it. Jack Ryan. The one that Harrison Ford took over. It's been played by quite a few actors now. Hunted. This is not the original cover. I made this cover. It's Tommy Lee Jones, and he is hunting down Del Toro. That's the original cover. Distunde des Jaguars. Yeah. He's hunting down Benicio del Toro, who is like a trained killer, like Navy SEAL killer, probably beyond that. And Tommy Lee Jones trained him, so he's called in to hunt him down. It's a great film. The Hunter. That's William Dafoe. Hunt for the Wilder People. This is a strange one, set in New Zealand. Sam Neill, he adopts this kid, and they go up in the mountains on the run, sort of circumstances. Hunting for Elephants, but this has also got a title of The Usual Suspects, and you can see why they've kind of copied The Unusual Suspects. No, it's called The Unusual Suspects. They copied The Usual Suspects. Patrick Stewart's in that. It's a heist film. That was a German import. Hurricane Heist. Magnus sent me this. Thank you. Smells Like Blu-ray. That's his channel. It doesn't have any content yet, but he might do. You never know. Sent me this just as a freebie, so I really appreciate it. It's a fun film. I enjoy it. I like this kind of thing. It's a heist set during a hurricane. What can go wrong? The Huntsman, Winter's War. This should be with Snow White and the Huntsman, so I might put that in the S's later. Hurt Locker, directed by Catherine Bigelow. Hustlers, and the last, but definitely not the least, is Bill Murray as Hyde Park on Hudson. There you go. That is it. Pretty sure that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a long video, 200 plus, 201 I think it was. Not so many in the eyes. I think there's probably like 80, 90. Could be more. I could be lying. Thank you. Leave a comment down below if you've seen any of these, if you've got any recommendations. Please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Take care. Bye-bye.